So when I go to photograph artwork, I'm using my phone, and I put this at the end of Padlet, but I want to give it to you separately as well. If you notice, my artwork is flat on the table. I have even lighting because I'm just using the overhead lights. And so if you notice, when I put my phone down here to try to take a picture, there's the shadow of my phone here. Here's how to get rid of that shadow. What you need to do is pull your camera further away from your artwork. And then using the zoom on your camera, which for me, I'm on a phone, so I'm just swiping my fingers out apart from each other to zoom in. Now there's no shadow, okay? I'm probably 1, 2.5 feet above my artwork. I'm holding my camera steady. I'm gonna click on one of the parts of my drawing that I want to make sure are in focus. I'm gonna go with the middle. So it's gonna focus it down. And then I'm going to come over here and click take photo. Okay, I'll check the photo to see how it looks. And then here's the thing. With your photo, there are ways in your editing, and I know I'm working off of an iPhone and an iOS device, but I am sure that they have these capabilities on other mobile devices in the camera editing mode. So I like this photo. It turned out nice. I'm going to click edit. And then here's the trick. If on the bottom, you see cancel, there's my adjustments, there's some filters, and then there's the crop rotate tool. I'm gonna click on the crop rotate tool, but check this out. This would be like to rotate the whole thing. So I could rotate the whole thing to try to get the bottom line somewhat even, okay? So start somewhere that is horizontal. Then if you look down at the bottom, I can scroll over to a vertical shift or a horizontal shift. So when I'm on the vertical shift, what this is going to do is it's going to pivot my document just a tad because maybe I didn't have the camera completely level. So really with this, I'm looking at the sides of my picture. So if you look at the line of dots that the spiral is making on the side of my picture, I want to try to make that line straight. So not straight, like it's not even on the bottom of the page. Now I can see that straight line there. Okay, I'm going to go over to horizontal. This is what's going to change that top line. Look at the very top corner, top left corner. Okay, if I move this back and forth, I'm going to try to get it about even between the bottom and the top. So the top of mine is actually pretty white. I don't want to cut off my signature, so I'm actually going to leave that here. And then I'm going to pull down the crop just a tad. So I clicked on the top corner, pulled it in. I'm going to click on the bottom corner, pull it in. I'm going to try not to cut off anything of my artwork. So in the future, I might give myself at least like a 1/4 inch of space around the edge of my drawings. So now that I am here, I can go back to the adjustments. Okay, so the first adjustments. I can click auto if I want, and it's going to try to make everything like automatically better, okay? But I might not like the auto. So sometimes even with my photos, I start with auto, but then I'm gonna come over here. Brilliant, this is like how much white is in there, so I can play with that. Highlights are how bright my highlights are, like how bright are my whites. And I don't want to pull down my highlights as much as auto did. The next one is shadows. So shadows are gonna darken, or I'm sorry, there's not a lot of shadow in here because it's all ink work, but shadows will like take out your shadows. So I'm gonna pull that back down. Contrast is the difference between black and white. On auto, it's making it very, very different. there are some subtle grays in there that I want to bring back out. So I'm going to pull the contrast back down. Brightness. The brightness is how much light was coming in. So it pulled the brightness down a little bit, which is fine. It really threw my black point all the way up, which is like taking my blacks and making them so much blacker. I don't really want it that black, so I'm going to pull the black point back down. Saturation would be with color, like how saturated do you want the color? Vibrance is how vibrant you want the color. Warmth is always going to like tint things either a little warmer, like yellowy orange, or it's going to pull down the warmth, which is going to make it a little bit more blue. I just want this to be white, but sometimes the light changes. So if it's a really warm light, like I have warm light bulbs, I might pull it down to add a little blue to it. Tint is also going to add some blue if you want, so it's about the same thing. Sharpness, it's pretty sharp. This is more for photography to sharpen a slightly blurry picture. Definition cleans up your lines. Noise reduction is for photography, but takes some of the pixely kind of stuff out of it. And then I'm a huge fan of vignette when it comes to my photography, but I might just put a tiny vignette. It kind of highlights the middle, so I don't know, I'm a big fan of vignette these days. So then when you've made all those adjustments, you've cropped it, you've straightened it horizontally, vertically, you have not just clicked auto, but you've also maybe started there, but went and dialed in the way you want the picture to look, and then I'm gonna click done. Ta-da! Now I've saved my picture. Now I can go over to Padlet very easily. So I'm gonna pop out of my photos. I'm gonna go to Padlet. I'm already logged in. I'm gonna go to Inktober. I'm gonna go to Fish. I'm gonna click the plus sign. Oh, when I click the plus sign down here on the bottom, now, because I've already taken the photo, I'm gonna go to my photo roll and I'm gonna find my fish. It's gonna start uploading here. And then here I will type the title of my artwork, fish circle. I'm gonna type my name. Think of this as a museum label, okay? Becky B. Becky B. First name, first initial. And then for this project, I'm asking you to do week 1 for the one that you want me to count for week 1. And then here, I would type the media that I use. So this is ink and pencil. Oh, actually, it's just ink now because I erased the pencil. Ink. And then I can say anything I want to about the artwork, like why it inspired me or anything like that. But really, I just want title, name, whether you want me to count this for this week, and then the medium. Some people are doing photography. If you did photography, like photo edited with Photo P or photo edited with Photoshop, or if it is some other type of medium like acrylic paint or watercolor or colored pencil, ink and colored pencil, then you would type that. Anyway, then I'll click post and then ta-da, it's right there. Look at the difference between this photo and this photo. It does make a difference. Am I saying you have to do this on every project? No. But when it comes to having some professionalism and pride in your work, please try to not have shadows in your photos. But if you need to do it to get it up there, then that's fine too. Okay, we are a work in progress. All right, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys later.